Have you ever felt stuck in a cycle of loneliness or sadness, desperately seeking a way out but unsure where to start? In this video, I'll share the 10 most powerful lessons from Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has stood the test of time, helping countless individuals find peace, purpose, and inner strength. These lessons won't just show you how to confront loneliness and depression, they'll provide you with the tools to ensure they never take hold of your life again. If you're new to the channel, please consider supporting me by subscribing and liking the video so I can continue bringing you more content like this. Before we dive in, I have a challenge for you. Watch until the end, and don't skip any of the lessons, as one of them could be the key to transforming your life. Ready to unlock these powerful strategies and shift your mindset? Let's get started. Lesson 1. Focus on the present. Living in the present is one of the most profound and transformative lessons from Stoicism. Our minds naturally tend to wander, dwelling on past moments with regret or nostalgia, and anticipating the future with fear or hope. However, neither the past nor the future is tangible. The past is merely a memory, and the future is a mental construct that has not yet arrived. When we focus too much on what was or what could be, we disconnect from the only thing that truly exists, the present. Stoicism invites us to cultivate mindfulness by consciously directing our thoughts and energy to the current moment. By doing so, we free ourselves from unnecessary worries that often fuel anxiety and sadness. This practice is not about ignoring the past or neglecting the future, but recognizing that true power and control lie in how we choose to live each moment. Focusing on the present allows us to appreciate the small things that we often overlook. It is in the present where we experience life in its purest form, where we can act, decide, and feel with total authenticity. By practicing this lesson, we learn to face challenges with a clear mind and to enjoy moments of joy without distractions. Moreover, living in the present helps us build a solid foundation for our emotional well-being, breaking the cycle of negative thoughts that can arise from obsessing over what we cannot change or foresee. This focus on the here and now gives us the ability to respond to life with serenity and wisdom, finding peace even amid chaos. Lesson 2. Accept what you cannot control. Stoicism teaches us that one of the main sources of human suffering comes from trying to control what is beyond our reach. From natural phenomena like the weather to the actions and decisions of others, life is full of circumstances that escape our domain. When we resist these realities, we face frustration, anger, and anxiety, emotions that drain our energy and distance us from inner peace. Accepting what we cannot control is not an act of surrender but a strategy of wisdom and strength. By recognizing and accepting these limitations, we free our minds from unnecessary worries and focus our attention on what we can influence, our own responses and attitudes. This shift in focus allows us to act more effectively and live with greater tranquility. Stoic acceptance is a powerful tool for facing life's difficulties with serenity. For example, when confronting illness, failure, or loss, resisting reality only aggravates our pain. Instead, by accepting the inevitable, we can channel our energy into finding solutions, learning valuable lessons, or simply adapting to the new situation with dignity. This lesson also invites us to practice detachment, not in the sense of being indifferent, but in understanding that our well-being should not depend on external factors. By accepting the uncontrollable, we develop emotional resilience that allows us to remain steadfast amid adversity, finding inner peace that is not tied to external circumstances, but arises from a deep understanding and acceptance of life as it is. Lesson 3. Embrace impermanence. Impermanence is an inescapable reality in life. Everything from our emotions to our possessions and even our closest relationships is in constant flux. Stoics recognize this fundamental truth and teach us to embrace it rather than resist it. By accepting the transitory nature of all things, we free ourselves from the attachment that causes suffering. When we experience moments of joy, it's easy to forget that they are fleeting. However, by remembering impermanence, we learn to value and fully enjoy those moments without clinging to them or fearing their disappearance. Similarly, when we face difficult situations, impermanence offers comfort. Knowing that pain, sadness, or difficulty will also pass gives us the strength to endure with greater serenity. This lesson also helps us develop a more balanced perspective on life. By understanding that everything is in a constant state of flux, we become more flexible and adaptable. Instead of resisting change, we accept it as a natural part of the living process. This acceptance not only reduces suffering, but also allows us to grow and evolve with each experience, whether good or bad. Embracing impermanence teaches us to live in the present with greater intensity. If everything is temporary, then each moment becomes precious and worthy of being lived with full awareness. This mindset moves us away from nostalgia for the past and fear of the future, focusing on the richness of the here and now. Finally, impermanence reminds us of our own mortality. Stoics invite us to reflect on death not as something tragic, but as a motivation to live more authentically and meaningfully. By accepting that nothing lasts forever, we find a profound inner freedom that allows us to face life with an open mind and a light heart. Lesson 4. Find purpose in serving others. Service to others is one of the central teachings of Stoicism that offers a powerful way to find purpose and overcome loneliness and depression. Stoics understood that humans are not isolated entities but part of a greater whole, humanity. By helping others, we transcend our personal concerns and connect with something larger than ourselves. Engaging in acts of service not only benefits those who receive our help, but also provides us with a profound sense of connection and belonging. This connection reminds us that we are not alone in the world. We are part of an interdependent network where our actions have a significant impact. In this sense, serving others becomes an antidote to isolation and existential emptiness. Stoics firmly believed that each person has a unique role to play in society, a destiny to fulfill. This role is defined not by the grandeur of the acts, but by the intention and willingness to contribute to the collective well-being. Whether through small daily actions or broader efforts, service allows us to align with this purpose and live a meaningful life. Additionally, by focusing on the needs of others, we move away from self-pity and introspection that often fuel depression. Helping others gives us the chance to experience the gratitude and satisfaction that come from knowing our actions make a difference. This sense of purpose and fulfillment not only enhances our own lives, but also inspires others to act similarly, creating a positive cycle of support and solidarity. Lesson 5. Control your thoughts. The power of our thoughts is fundamental in Stoic philosophy. Stoics believe that it is not external events that affect us, but our interpretations of those events. In other words, what truly influences our emotions and outlook on life are the thoughts we choose to have. For this reason, controlling our thoughts becomes an essential tool for cultivating mental peace and emotional well-being. Controlling our thoughts does not mean suppressing or ignoring them, but observing them with clarity and discernment. It is a process of self-awareness in which we identify thought patterns that lead to negative states, such as anxiety, sadness, or despair, and consciously redirect our minds toward more constructive and balanced thoughts. This act of mental vigilance is a daily practice that strengthens us and allows us to maintain a more positive and realistic perspective. The ability to control our thoughts also gives us power over our emotional reactions. Instead of being swept away by the torrent of emotions that can arise from negative thoughts, Stoics encourage us to pause and assess whether those thoughts are helpful or truly reflect reality. By doing so, we avoid falling into spirals of self-pity, fear, or anger that only exacerbate our suffering. Furthermore, this mental control is crucial for wise decision-making. When we master our thoughts, we act with greater clarity and serenity, free from the influence of disruptive emotions. This not only improves our quality of life, but also allows us to interact with others more effectively and compassionately. Ultimately, controlling our thoughts is a practice of personal liberation. By recognizing that we can choose how to react to our own ideas, we reclaim power over our inner life. This mental self-control empowers us to face challenges with a steady and balanced mind, strengthening our ability to withstand life's trials with serenity and resilience. Lesson 6. Find joy in simplicity. Simplicity is a fundamental principle in Stoicism, where true joy does not come from the accumulation of material goods or the insatiable pursuit of pleasure. Stoics taught that genuine happiness is found in appreciating simple things and living in accordance with nature. This approach not only frees us from the burden of social expectations, but also connects us with what truly matters in life. By simplifying our lives, we eliminate the distractions that pull us away from our inner well-being. Instead of constantly chasing the next object of desire or thrilling experience, we learn to value what we already have. This shift in perspective allows us to find satisfaction in the ordinary, a sincere conversation, a moment of silence, or the beauty of nature. These simple experiences, often overlooked, become deep sources of joy when we view them with a serene mind. Simplicity also helps reduce stress and anxiety. By focusing on the essentials, we avoid the overload of worries and desires that often accompany modern life. Fewer things mean fewer complications, leaving us space to cultivate inner peace and mental clarity. This reduction in external and internal noise allows us to live with a greater sense of freedom and contentment. Moreover, finding joy in simplicity brings us closer to a more sustainable and harmonious lifestyle. By moving away from consumerism and excess, we align ourselves with more authentic and lasting values, such as gratitude, moderation, and respect for the world's limited resources. This approach not only benefits our mental health, but also contributes to a more balanced and just world. Finally, Stoics invite us to reflect on what we truly need to be happy. By discovering that true joy does not reside in luxury or abundance, but in simplicity and moderation, we find an inexhaustible source of well-being that accompanies us throughout life, regardless of external circumstances. Lesson 7. Seek wisdom everywhere. For Stoics, wisdom is a treasure that can be found in all corners of life. It is not confined to books or formal teaching, but is present in every experience, every interaction, and every challenge. This lesson invites us to maintain an attitude of constant openness and curiosity, viewing each moment as an opportunity to learn and grow. According to Stoics, wisdom is not merely a collection of knowledge, but the ability to apply that knowledge practically and ethically in daily life. This practical wisdom can be drawn from any situation, whether positive or negative. Success teaches us as much as failure does, and joy as much as sorrow. By approaching life with a mindset of continuous learning, we strengthen our resilience and develop a deeper understanding of the world and ourselves. Moreover, seeking wisdom everywhere means being attentive to the lessons that people around us can offer. Every individual, regardless of their position or circumstance, has something to teach us. By listening with humility and respect, we broaden our perspective and enrich our lives with the experiences and knowledge of others. This relentless pursuit of wisdom provides us with the tools needed to face loneliness and depression. When we see each situation as a potential source of learning, our minds remain active and focused on growth, distancing us from negative and stagnant thoughts. Wisdom allows us to find meaning, even in the most difficult moments, giving us the strength to overcome any adversity. As we seek and accumulate wisdom throughout life, we find in it a reliable guide for making decisions, a refuge in times of uncertainty, and an inexhaustible source of inner peace. By seeking wisdom everywhere, we build a life full of purpose and understanding. Lesson 8. Develop resilience. Resilience is a fundamental quality in Stoic philosophy, representing the ability to recover quickly and strongly from adversities. For Stoics, this skill is essential for living a fulfilling and meaningful life. Resilience is not just about overcoming challenges, but an attitude that teaches us to face difficulties with a constructive and positive mindset. Developing resilience involves learning to view difficulties as opportunities for growth, rather than seeing problems as insurmountable obstacles. Stoics encourage us to perceive challenges as lessons that strengthen us and teach us something valuable. This perspective allows us to tackle difficult situations with a proactive and optimistic attitude, knowing that each challenge is an opportunity to learn and improve. Resilience also helps us better manage difficult emotions such as sadness and loneliness. When we are resilient, we understand that pain and loss are natural parts of life, and that our ability to recover from them is in our hands. This understanding gives us the courage and determination to keep going, even in times of great difficulty. Additionally, developing resilience requires constant practice and self-awareness. It involves strengthening our mind and spirit through reflection, self-discipline, and acceptance of our own limitations. By confronting our fears and overcoming obstacles, we cultivate an inner strength that makes us less susceptible to suffering and more capable of handling life's uncertainties. By facing adversities with courage and a growth mindset, We empower ourselves to tackle any challenge that comes our way and feel more confident in our ability to overcome life's trials. Resilience, thus understood, not only helps us overcome difficulties, but also enriches and strengthens us, leading to a fuller and more balanced life. Lesson 9. Keep an open mind. Maintaining an open mind is essential for a rich and balanced life. Stoics understood that a closed mind not only limits our personal growth, but also isolates us from others and the world around us. A rigid mindset can lead us to emotional stagnation, where we repeat patterns and avoid new experiences, thus missing valuable opportunities for learning and evolution. Being receptive to new ideas and perspectives is a way to foster adaptability and understanding. When we adopt an open attitude, we are willing to question our own beliefs and consider different viewpoints, which enriches our understanding of the world and ourselves. This openness allows us to explore new solutions to problems, find innovative ways to tackle challenges, and discover aspects of life that we might otherwise overlook. An open mind also facilitates authentic connection with others. By listening with empathy and respect, we can better understand others' experiences and feelings, which strengthens our relationships and helps us build bridges rather than barriers. This approach not only enriches our social interactions, but also provides us with diverse support and perspectives, essential for personal growth and conflict resolution. Furthermore, maintaining an open mind helps us face change with flexibility. Life is in a constant state of evolution, and the ability to adapt to new circumstances is crucial for our resilience and well-being. An open mindset prepares us to accept and embrace transitions rather than resist them rigidly. Finally, keeping an open mind is an ongoing practice of self-discovery and development. It challenges us to step out of our comfort zones, question our assumptions, and embrace uncertainty with curiosity. By doing so, we become more complete and adaptable individuals, capable of finding opportunities in adversity and connecting deeply with the world around us. Lesson 10. Accept suffering as part of life. Suffering is a constant in the human experience, an inevitable reality that we all face at some point. Stoics teach that although we cannot avoid suffering, we can control our reaction to it. This lesson emphasizes that our attitude towards suffering has a significant impact on how we experience it and our ability to overcome it. Instead of viewing suffering as a punishment or injustice, Stoics invite us to consider it as an opportunity for personal growth. Suffering can be a powerful school of learning, revealing our internal strengths and challenging our limitations. By accepting suffering with a growth mindset, we transform a painful experience into a catalyst for development and self-improvement. This perspective helps us find meaning in adversity and emerge stronger from the trials we face. Accepting suffering also means recognizing that it is a natural and inevitable part of life. By not resisting this reality, we free ourselves from the frustration and despair that can arise from the constant struggle against the inevitable. Rather than trying to avoid suffering, we focus on how to respond constructively. This acceptance provides a solid foundation for facing difficulties with serenity and resilience. Additionally, by accepting suffering as part of life, we cultivate greater empathy and compassion for others. Our own experience of pain allows us to connect more deeply with others' suffering, fostering more authentic and supportive relationships. This empathy not only strengthens us emotionally, but also enriches us as human beings. By facing pain with courage and a positive attitude, we discover that even amidst the harshest trials, we can find strength, learning, and eventually peace. This acceptance gives us the power to transform suffering into a tool for personal growth and strength. And there you have it. 10 Stoic lessons to never feel alone or depressed. Each of these principles has the potential to transform your life, providing you with the tools to face challenges with wisdom and strength. If you found value in these lessons, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to not miss out on more content that will help you live a fuller and more balanced life. Share this video with your family and friends so they can also benefit from these teachings, and together build a stronger and more resilient community. Additionally, in our next video, we will explore even more strategies to enhance your mental and emotional well-being, so stay tuned and join us on this journey to a more enriching life. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.